Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to this month of June. Welcome to your um, full spread for the month. I am going to use the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and this will be our main deck. I'm going to do a Celtic Cross spread for you, and we're going to jump right in. So just tune in your energy, tune into whatever's coming to mind that you might be interested in learning about or knowing about, or really this is just kind of a heads up, not a prediction, just a force and source of reflection. It's a tool for you to use for your own insight and understanding. And so let's get ready. This is Tarot of Mystical Moments again. This is a Celtic cross spread for the sign of Capricorn, your recent past, 8 of Pentacles, your current position, 2 of Pentacles, lots of earth here for you, Cappy, your challenge, 9 of Pentacles, what's on your mind, 9 of Cups, your below the surface, you might not be aware, the Empress, your near future, Page of Wands, and your external influence, your internal influence, your hopes and your fears, and your final outcome. All right, at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles, lots of pentacles on the table. So your energy, Capricorn, earth, pentacles, physical reality, everything you can touch, taste, see, smell, have an effect on. It's your home, it's your money, it's your wealth, it's your time, it's your the way that you produce things in the world. It has a lot to do with your work. It has a lot to do with your legacy, what you're going to leave behind someday. And the Knight of Pentacles here at the bottom just indicates that you have a plan for your life. It's moving slowly. You're not in any kind of rush. You're taking your time. You're making this move and this move and this move. And it feels calculated, not in some kind of a negative way. It just feels calculated, and you understand why you move the way you move. Simple. The recent past has you very hard at work, has you being actually, it has you being a subject matter expert, if you will. So 8 of Pentacles has everything to do with being the master of your craft. The 8 of Pentacles is all about just working hard. Sometimes it means overworking. In this case, it's your recent past. I think that you were led to the month of June by the hard work. Your blood, sweat, and tears brought you to this moment. And so here we are, this month of summer, June, and your current energy for June is 2 of Pentacles. Now, this hard work, blood, sweat, and tears brought you to a place where in June, it seems like you could go one of 2 ways. You've got 2 important things that you're juggling, maybe in each of your hands. You're trying to find balance. You're trying to find equilibrium. You're trying to find where there's equality. And I love the infinity symbol there, just universal energy exchanged. This person looks like they're balancing on top of a skyscraper. They're doing their best to juggle 2 physical realities. It could be your health, it could be your wealth. And you're trying to keep both prioritized. But there was a saying I heard a long time ago, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to share this accurately, but this saying had something to do along the lines of, you can really only be an expert in one thing. If you add 2, then you're going to be mediocre at both of those things. If you add a third thing, you're going to be pretty good at all 3. So you can really only be an expert of one thing. And it looks like here in the month of June, I'm getting the feeling that you're trying to be an expert. Remember, this master of your craft, this work, 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 very expert in your field. And it's like you've tried to add a second thing. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it's now I've got to focus on my health, but I'm still trying to be this badass at work. And there's just a little bit of I'm not feeling like I'm doing a good job of balancing my two things. But the challenge here in the month of June is very interesting because the Nine of Pentacles is generally a really successful, independent, entrepreneurial person. It's somebody who can take care of themselves. They would love to have other people in their life, but they are doing really well on their own. They support themselves, they take care of themselves, they provide for themselves, and they're usually depicted as being very content and happy with that system. This is showing up as your challenge, and it is creating even more of what feels like an unequilibrium to your life, where everything you would like things to just be smooth and free and easy. Now there's this independence that's you're struggling with being independent, you're struggling with doing things on your own. Maybe you're just feeling off kilter. And so this is your challenge here. And what's on your mind is truly your wishes are fulfilled. The Nine of Cups is your emotional heart space. You feel content. You feel complete. You feel like, I mean, sure, we could add one more cup and have 10 full cups, but nine's pretty good. And you're satisfied. It feels like you're content, like you're happy, like your wishes are fulfilled emotionally. Um, and that just is a general sense of who you are. There might be lots of things that you're not happy about, but overall, I think as a person, as an individual, you are a content, happy, satisfied person. It just feels like you are trying to juggle things and your independence maybe is being challenged right now. Maybe there's work drama or work things going on for you. It really feels heavy with the earth. In your below the surface, below what everybody can see, maybe even you, is a desire to um, proliferate. There's a desire to give birth to new things. There's a desire to expand your territory. The Empress is divine feminine energy and very much all about success in the physical world. This is major arcana ruled or attributed to the sign of Libra and Taurus. And Taurus is your earth cousin, but it's ruled by Venus, and it's a desire to have aesthetic beauty in your life, wanting things to be beautiful, wanting your home to be decorated nicely, wanting your car to be, nice, and your physical appearance to be nice. And it is just a card that's ruled by beautification and giving birth to things. So you could be feeling very creative right now. This is kind of bubbling under the surface of, I want to create and I want to produce and I want to give out to the world what's coming from my heart and soul. As you move into the future, there is the Page of Wands. Now, this is a very playful, interested in having fun sign here. Page of Wands is fire energy. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. And in the future, you could be putting like a flame of interest out, maybe starting a dating profile, maybe considering going out on dates or getting involved in social circles where you could meet people and be open to the possibility of dating. This person has a magnifying glass and they're spying out opportunities for them to invest their interest, their passions and their energies. So this is kind of a new energy that's on its way in the month of June for you. Your external energy is justice. Now, this is major arcana represented or attributed to the sign of Libra. So, more Libra showing up over here. And justice is an air quality in the fact of it's bringing fairness, it's bringing a sense of equality, it's bringing justice, truth. Truth is coming out. You could be sharing your truth. Other people could be sharing their truth. If there is like a marriage on the table or a divorce on the table, this is in your external environment. So something outside of you where the legal system is involved could be affecting you. This can also be HR. So, we did start out with a lot of what felt very work heavy energy over here. And HR could be involved in some way, shape, or form. Um, the justice system does have to do with anything going on in the legal atmosphere for you, and it's external to you, so it's affecting you. Somebody's having a lawsuit, somebody is starting a lawsuit. Like I said, it's marriage, it's divorce, somebody's filed for a divorce, somebody's filed a marriage certificate. This is affecting you. Your internal energy, how it makes you feel, is King of Swords. I love this deck because even the masculine energy of King of Swords is depicted by a female, a feminine. And so that just goes to show that even if you are a female, you can absolutely be in your masculine energy. And the King of Swords is a truth speaker. The King of Swords is like a lawyer. The King of Swords is, and it's an attorney, it's an accountant, it's somebody who deals with the facts. And they're going to state the facts and they're going to share truth and they're going to put somebody on blast. They're going to shout things out from the rooftops. They're going to carry their sword, which is their truth, and they're going to be fair and equitable, and it has a lot to do with justice. So this is interesting because in your environment is justice as a whole, and inside of you is wanting to make it happen, wanting to see something through so that there is your truth is known. And this is a no bullshit card. The King of Swords is not somebody that gets involved with feelings. And excuse me, that is confirmation, the sneeze. Your internal energy right now could be very truth speaking. Let me just go back to this work environment here. There's something going on heavy in your workplace that led you into June. But even in June, you've got things you're trying to balance. Your independence has been challenged. Overall, emotionally, you're a pretty happy camper. Down below, you're trying to create and put things out into the world, and maybe that's being challenged. And then in your environment, there is justice. Somebody has filed a lawsuit or HR has got involved, and maybe you're being called on, like by your boss, that, hey, when HR comes through, I need you to tell them everything that has happened and in the workplace. Tell HR what it's really like working here. There's something where you're being brought in to share your side of the story, to tell your truth, and it really feels masculine, like action taking energy. And your hopes and your fears, it's the Four of Wands. Now, flat out, Four of Wands is usually depicted as soulmate energy. We've got the 1111. The Roman numeral 4 looks like an 1111, indicating soulmate energy, indicating marriage, Four of Wands is generally happy house, happy spouse kind of thing. And this is in your hopes and your fears. So in the month of June, for some reason, there is some, I hope that I could have this, but I also fear this. So take that how it fits for you. If it does, your final outcome is the Hermit. Now, this is Virgo energy. This is attributed to the sign of Virgo, major arcana. The Hermit is a very small amount of time that you are going to take for yourself so that you can seek out your truth, your wisdom, your light, all of this work and justice system, HR, something like that. Maybe that's done you, it's taken a lot out of you, and you need to get back to finding. I like this person sitting up here fishing, and this even looks like a mermaid. They're out of the water, they're out of their element. So you needing to go and separate yourself from your usual day of life, your day in the world, and just be alone and find your truth, seek your wisdom. The Hermit energy is just a beautiful kind of sabbatical. Like, it's not forever. You're not detaching because you are antisocial. You're just needing to take some time for yourself. Let me use the Radiant Wise Spirit and just give that a quick shuffle. I'm going to do an extra layer here for you. So the month of June, Capricorn, overall looks like you're working hard, like you're feeling good. I mean, the Nine of Cups and Page of Wands, there's a little fire, there's a little water. Good. And we've got air. So there's a balance of all the signs here, really. Oops, that's a jumper. That's the Five of Swords. So this indicates conflict, challenge, something verbally explosive, possibly. Maybe, all this HR stuff or legal system stuff, there's going to be a fight, verbal altercation. Two of Cups, this is soulmate energy. This is true love. And then Eight of Cups. This is an emotional energy of walking away from what no longer serves you. So I don't know if there is trouble in paradise, you and a special connection that you have in your life. Maybe it's a business partner, but there's a disagreement. There's not getting along. There's people not seeing eye to eye, which is what the Two of Cups really boils down to. But for some reason, there's a disagreement. And that disagreement was so profound that you, in the month of June, are going to be finding yourself separating. Maybe this is you going off to be in your hermit, but this is confirmation that there definitely is some sword energy, like we show down here. There is this soulmate union or business partnership relationship where there's, like I said, trouble in paradise, and you choosing to walk away from what no longer serves you to do what's best for you, ultimately. Capricorn, I'm going to finish off here for you with the Gabrielle Bernstein Spirit Junkie. And this is just an oracle card deck, so a little bit different than the tarot. And we're going to pick one for you. Today, I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassionate actions, and bring forth peaceful energy. Beautiful. Capricorn, this is your reading. If you want to take a snapshot of your cards and do a little thoughtful meditation after the reading's over, totally up to you if you'd like to do that. Thank you for being a part of the channel, Spicy Sunflower Tarot. I can be found on TikTok and YouTube. And your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares, always appreciated. Thank you. Be blessed.